guys, it is Sonia back again. It is Tarot Talk Day 3 official talking. Yesterday I was not on. Did you miss me? Did you miss me? I told you pretty much on the daily. Look for me here on my platforms, Cauldron and Thorn, and we'll be talking something. Right now we're currently focused on tarot. And honestly, this is the time of the day where I pull out my cup of tea, I sit down with my deck. I actually had three readings to do today, met with three beautiful people and provided some insights, read the cards. The cards provide the insight. I am merely an antenna. I merely read the symbols and relay. But it was wonderful. So now I'm just sitting here. I actually got a brand new deck today. And I feel like when I get a new deck, it's like a new family member. It's exciting. So I wasn't on yesterday, and that is because I had something very special going on. And this is why I feel like my deck today, I got through a very busy week. I have been in class every night this week for a couple of hours, taking my learning on some subjects even deeper. I enjoy learning. Tell me if you two are a serial learner. Knowledge is power. You enjoy just going deeper on subjects and subjects that really light you up and make you feel like, ooh, I wanna learn more about this. How does this work? And so last night was what you would call a final exam. It was whether or not you pass. And I am happy to say that I got the email that I have passed. And so yesterday I was going to go live, but I thought, no, I feel like the right thing, following my intuition, is to focus on what it is right now, the job at hand. And so last night I gave myself, or yesterday I gave myself permission to just focus on what it was that I was working on. And so I got through my final exam and passed, and very excited about that. So this is my gift to myself, a brand new deck. If you followed for a long time, you know that we love the desert. I love the desert. And I saw this new deck come out. It is called Desert Illuminations. Actually, you know what, guys? Is this working? Okay, good. All right. I had a momentary, like, oh my gosh, am I talking to myself here? Okay, so this is called the Desert Illuminations Tarot. Has anybody seen it? It's a rather new one. It is beautiful, very mystical, all the Southwest just imagery. And so as somebody who enjoys the desert, I'm like, I feel like I could really connect with this deck. The only thing is, remember that I know it's not I don't have my other one here with me, right? It's not my Rider Waite Smith. And so as we've talked, this is talk number 3. But to understand the imagery, it's best if you do the deck that we speak of, right? The over a century old. And actually inside, I did just open the book. Now I'm opening the cards. But the first thing it says into it is that this is based on Desert Illuminations Tarot is based on the Rider Waite Smith system of tarot. See, told you, right? But I know right away from opening this that if I did not know my Rider Waite Smith, the tarot that led the way for the vast majority of other tarots, that I would not understand this, because right away in this deck, I can tell that the Fool is called the Trickster. So that's a different, right? It's a bit of a deviation there. So if you don't know your card, it's going to be hard for you to really to grasp it, right? But because I have that back knowledge, I can look at it and be like, okay, I can connect symbols and I can kind of like connect the dots myself. So here's what the magician looks like. Ooh, I love that. Tell me if you're into that as well. We've got the alien here, right? And the magician is all about, and we're going to talk about each individual card as we move forward. The first tarot talk that we did, we covered just why starting with that deck, the Rider Waite deck, is gonna set yourself free to learn tarot. Okay. Once you master that one, you can master anything that comes after it. But that is the learning how to, yeah, write and to learn the symbols before you go on to read and you go to walk and you go to run. And then you're able to put those beautiful spreads together. So like in this one right here, this is the High Priestess. Now I love it. I love this. Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. But let me show you. There's key things missing. Luckily, I know the tarot. I'm a tarot master, and this is why I'm sharing. If you're tuning in, I'm sharing tips, techniques to help you on your journey as well to make it a whole lot easier so you can master your tarot, read for yourself, read for other people, if that is something you want to do, or you just want to get better at reading your cards, right? So this is the High Priestess. That is gorgeous. She's got like butterfly wings there. Oh my gosh. But this is the original High Priestess. So there's a lot of stuff missing. Do you see the difference between those two? Now, my brain's going to be able to bring the symbolism over to here, but that is because of my studies in tarot. Um, and I talked about this week about going deeper into some other studies into my life. I feel like if you're drawn to tarot, and everybody has different giftings, especially in this world, there's so much that you can get into. But if there's something that you really feel drawn to, and it might happen to be tarot, go deeper into it. For me, knowledge, I started to say, I'm a serial learner. Knowledge is power. And in a world that just feels chaotic, and might feel like chaos to you, ask yourself, where do you put your time? Are you investing in yourself? Is there something that you want to learn? Because you may not be we can't account for other people, but we can account for ourselves. And so I encourage you that if you want to learn tarot, I think that's a wonderful thing, or whatever it is that you want to do. So take a look at these two real quick. All right, can you see them together there? So we've got the High Priestess down here, and she is all about intuition. Look at all that moon. There's various moon phases. When we go through the individual cards, so I started to say the first was about why this deck is important to set you off on the right foot. The second chat we did was about the division of the two groupings of the tarot, understanding minor arcana, major arcana, and what they mean in general. Today I'm going to talk about the suits with you, but I just wanted to open this deck. And again, just to show you that the difference between it, right? It's beautiful. But once you know this one, you'll know this one real quick. But understanding the imagery in here, and you've got lots of moon phases, the connection to the moon, the clarity, the drawing down of wisdom. This is all about intuition. We've got two pillars right here, right? A black and a white, two different pillars, and it's in the middle. It's in the middle that you find the truth, that is where the truth is. And behind the High Priestess sits a veil. And that is the sea of knowing that is behind her. Do you know that there's an ocean, a vast ocean, and she's dressed in blue? And this is all about going deeper into your knowing to find the truth, right? It's in between is where the wisdom lays. But there's a lot, like she doesn't have her sea of knowing behind her. There's no pomegranates behind her, linking her to the underworld and just going very deep, deep within yourself into your knowing. And so there is a lot of symbols that are missing from here, but that's okay because we know this one, and we'll go in depth into all of these if you stay tuned. But there's so much there. Like, do you see that balanced, the cross on her chest? That is all about bringing in the balance of the elements of, earth, air, fire, water, and the power they hold. And once we're all in balance, that is when we're able to use our intuition and to be really able to listen, to be in balance, and to pull the wisdom that we need to make our decision, right? So when this card comes up for you, it's basically based, trust your intuition. You know, you know exactly what's going on, right? Use that. So this one misses a few marks of the symbolism, and that's okay. I expected that, and we know that. That's what we learn on here, and then we're able to translate that to what we see. So I do see the pillars on here. There's a space like stars behind her. So in my mind, I can kind of make the connection of that is the sea, but the sea is missing. There's no veil. It's behind the veil that lays the information that you already know, right? It's within you. But it's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I will use this deck, but it's like I said, because I'm able to learn from the Rider-Waite Smith that I can see the things that are missing, but they're not missing in my head. So my brain will magically make that connection. So that's kind of beautiful. But this one right here, this is Magician. I get why this is the Magician, right? Talking about, using your own energy and your own power to manifest. That's some alien energy right there. This dude, I'm pretty sure he can manifest whatever he wants. I'm just saying. So that's going to be, I'm going to go through that deck here a little bit later and just get familiar with it. So I have to get familiar with this right now. I'm guessing this is swords. I'm guessing, but do you see how the imagery is very different, right? So we're going to talk about the different suits today. Oh, interesting. Okay. Really interesting as I go through this. We talked about this card in our last chats. Do you recognize what that one is? Once you know, then you can look for the signs that really connect it for you. Really interesting. So instead of, I'm guessing these jugs are to be my cups, because they're filled with, you would fill them with things like liquid, right? But again, if I didn't know my base Rider-Waite tarot, then I would not be able to make those connections. So there are 4 suits when it comes to the Rider-Waite Smith. And the first we'll talk about is, let's see, well, there's swords, there's cups, there's pentacles, and there's wands. And in the cards coming after that, that take the they take the liberty sometimes of changing things up, like cups into jugs, and that's okay. But you just got to make sure that you translate what you know to be to that card. Okay, so you're going to might need to make a mental jump there a little bit. So that's why I say it's so easier to go and just literally start with this deck. So swords are about your mind. Okay, you know. And cut through it and really see the clarity, right? It's all about the thinking up here and what is going on. And so that is the first one. And so this is the sword right here and what it looks like. Okay. We talked about this card. Can you see the swords above this figure's head? Yeah. They're right there. You can tell that thinking is causing them some pain and some anxiety. We discussed some symbolism in this card. Go back and look at the other chats, but I want to show you the point of this is swords, and this is related to the power, the element of air. Okay, the element of the direction of the south. You don't necessarily need to know that, but it's swords. It's the brain stuff, and you can tell this person definitely got some stuff going on upstairs, right? And it's really, you know, it has power over them right there. They're literally paralyzed. They're sitting in bed. They can't even get up. They can't even uncover their eyes. They're just stuck in their head. Then we have another person here with swords as an example to show you. Now, what are they doing with their swords? If swords is related to, you know, our thinking, then what's he doing? He's thinking about how to get away right now, right? He's trying to figure out a path forward. We've got an encampment that's right here, that's in his area, and he's trying to figure out how to overtake them. And he has to get smart. He has to find a path forward, but he's got to do it very gently. You see how he's holding those swords? There's no blood on his hands. It's because he's carefully plotting a way forward. And he has decided that he's going to take one sword at a time, and then you know what? He can basically take on this encampment that's behind him back here, that's in his area, that's up to no good, that he doesn't, you know, he's trying to overtake them. He's only one person though. So what is this card about? Well, there's a path forward, but you've got to carefully think about it, okay? So he can take a few swords. He can go away, he can come back, he can take a few more swords, and before you know it, this encampment back here of soldiers, they got no swords. He got really clever and really smart to find a way forward. So card is really about overcoming challenges, right? So we're going to handle those swords. We're gonna really mentally think through this situation, so that we can have the path forward right there. The red hat, the red boots that he's got on. Oh yeah, he's got his thinking hat on there, and he is fine. He's very passionate about finding a way forward. So this card is very much swords about our mindset, right, and what we're thinking, the challenges, the obstacles. All right, the things that weigh on our mind and what we think about. So if you look at the cards, your homework for tonight, as I talk about the 4 suits, is to break out all the swords and look at them. And what does each picture convey somebody doing with that sword, now knowing that the sword is about the mind? Well, he's having a hard time. Definitely some anxiety going on there, some stress. You can really see it. Yep, this guy's trying to figure out how to overcome an obstacle right here. And he's getting kind of sneaky. He's got to get kind of clever to make it happen, right? So, okay, words of wisdom. You know, let's just think through this situation. How can we overcome that challenge? So, cups. Cups is all about, think about your cup overfloweth, you know, tears of happiness, tears of joy. It's related to water, and it's all about emotion and the feelings that we feel. So we got our thinking, and this is about how we feel. So this card comes, and we sometimes use, you know, if you start thinking about it like this, you know, we raise a cup, you know, to celebrate. Is that not a card about raising your cup and happiness and how you're feeling? Your connection there, you have so much to celebrate. Raising that cup, being surrounded by beautiful people that support you. Pretty amazing, right? So do you see it? The cups, the blue sky. Oh gosh, that's some good vibes right there. That's about finding your charisma. That's about finding your personal magic and that charm that you have inside of you. Your yeah, just you, your essence, your beauty, and raising that cup and really not just dulling your sparkle, but standing in your light. Beautiful celebration. Here's another one. Here's the Page of Cups. So swords, cups are emotion. Now take a look at this one, the Page of Cups. He has got, this is the playful card in the tarot. He has got his fish in the cup. I mean, he looks like he's even talking to that cup. And that is because he's having fun. So if this is a card of cups and there's fun going on, what do you think the message is? Hey, you, lighten up, have a little fun. Look at my fish in my cup. I'm going to make you laugh here, right? So it's just about lightening up. And there's so much symbolism on this card beside that, but we'll get into it deeper. But I just wanted to share with you cups. So start thinking about that. Now pull out your homework for tonight. Pull out your suit of cups and look at every figure and what they're doing with that cup. And it's going to tell you what to do with that emotion. And so as we get into spreads and things like that of that nature and questions to ask, this might be maybe you pose the question of like, what's going to be most beneficial to me right now? What, where should I put my energies? What do I have to focus on right now? Well, this card's definitely going to tell you to, have a little fun, have some spontaneity. Don't be too hard on yourself. Okay. So tap into that emotion of just, yeah, just not being so hard on yourself. Then we have the pentacles. And the pentacles literally look like coins. And that's how I remember them. Pentacles are like coins, like collecting the coin. They're the physical things in this world. And they also relate to things like money. And they relate to things like careers and all the physical things, the resources. It's related to the element earth. And so think about all just the earthly resources that you have around you. So a lot of times in the pentacles, we'll see things in life that pertain to things that relate to the building of your life as you're putting it together. So here is somebody, look at all these pentacles right here. Get your 10 of Pentacles. And this is a person who's lived well into life. They're surrounded by people, younger people. They're surrounded by their loyal animals here. Very comfortable, lots of grapes. We've got a beautiful building. This is like somebody who's built a kingdom and empire. Look at all the things that they've built in life. A card of legacy and success and traditions. That's beautiful, right? Who doesn't want to build that into their life? Very nice. So that's the pentacles. And so we've covered so far the swords, the cups, the pentacles, and last but not least, we have the wands. So your wands are all about, that's about, think about a wand, that is literally inside of you, your fire, your passion, you weld it. What is it that you just feel really lit up about, really fiery about? What is it that you really, really interests you, really gets you going? Like, what is it inside that you burn with passion about? That's your ambition, that's your motivation. To do things that you love to do, right? So here is somebody sitting on a horse, and there's all kinds of people standing beside him, this figure, and he's on the horse, and his wand has a wreath of success around it. Wow, right? And he's raised himself up. He doesn't care. There's people in the background staring at him, and he's like, I don't care. I'm doing my own thing. I'm following my passion. I am on this horse. I will be, you guys see all of what I'm doing, and I don't care. I'm just doing what I love to do. And I'm unbothered by anybody else that wants to judge me and wants to look at me. I'm okay with being seen because I stand firm in my truth and I'm following my own success. I am on the horse. And I'm just, sitting and riding in my excellence. And so I followed my passion, my wands, and here I am. See me if you want to see me. But yeah, this is me right here. Excellence on the horse. So when you're reading tarot, you want to think about the person before you, and they're sitting on that horse and they're riding on that horse. And so if I ask a card about into the future, what potentially does the future look like if you take this path? Wow, well, here's you on that horse doing what it is that you love to do. Just totally having success and riding and enjoying. enjoying life, and who cares what anybody else thinks? You are doing your own thing. You're up there, you're on it, you're pursuing it. So that is the 4 suits: passion, thinking, resources, and the cups around us are emotions. And so we talked about the major arcana. This is now the 4 suits, the 56 cards. It's going to be divided into 4 suits past that. And so tonight, get out your deck. Take out the 22 cards that are the major arcana, pull out the 56 cards, and you're going to see them all in the categories. And then lay them out and just go through each suit and see what the person is doing in relation to now knowing what that symbol is, and what you feel your intuition says that is going on in the card. And as we move forward, we'll talk about the cards and we'll go over them. But this is a good exercise in really seeing the gamut of different emotions. Are you sad? Are you happy? What makes you sad? What makes you happy? And then when you get into actually asking the card questions and that card comes out, what's the current energies around you right now? Well, I'm going to be able to tell you're pretty stressed. What do I need more of in my life? Okay, friend, go out, find your happiness. All right, piece of advice from the cards today. Look at your blessings, look at your harvest, raise your cup, celebrate the beautiful things that are around you. All right, what's something I need to work on? Don't forget to stand out, to get up on your horse and just go, pursue it, pursue it. How are things looking if I continue in the same direction I'm going right now with what I'm working on? What does future energies hold? Wow, you're building beautiful things. You're building beautiful legacy. Beautiful, your own kingdom, your own little kingdom, and it's looking nice. So that's a general idea of the different suits. I hope that was helpful. Give me any feedback below and how you feel about that. This is Tarot Talk number 3. I go live on Facebook, Instagram. No, actually not on Instagram. Maybe soon I'll be able to go on Instagram. I'm working that out. But Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. So hello to all of you guys right now going live. And then on Instagram, it allows me usually to upload a little bit of my chat. So if you want to get all the chat, make sure you go to one of those other places. Yeah, so hopefully this was helpful. Remember that a lot of these platforms delete these live videos after they're done, so I encourage you to watch them all. All right, take care, guys, and go invest in yourself and do something that you want to do.